What's going on? Welcome back to Financial Journey. So today we're going to talk to you about the top 5 most heavily shorted EV stocks in the market as of right now. So I'm going to go over all the things that you need to know, but first make sure to hit that thumbs up, and with that, let's get right to it. And actually, before I do begin, throw a ticker in the description below that you feel is going to be number 1. So kind of interested to see that. But starting off with stock number 5, RIVN. So it is up a lot pre-market, and that is largely because of this news right here. So the new joint venture between RIVN and Volkswagen, and actually this news, because it being very positive for the whole EV sector, is causing a lot of other EVs to go up this morning as well. So you'll kind of see that throughout a lot of the stocks I go over. But nonetheless, over this last 1 year, it is down 11.08%, and in 2024, down 49.04%. In spot number 4, 18.65% of the free float is being shorted, works out to be 132.08 million shares overall are being shorted. Utilization 66.81, and then short score, so the higher the number, the higher the likelihood of a squeeze happening, is sitting at 74.57%. When it comes to shorts, they recently did have a all-time high on May the 10th of around, it looks like 21%. Since then, it kind of went down to about 17-ish, and so it's going to be very interesting to see what shorts do today with that very positive news. No doubtably, I think they are going to be returning some. Pre-market, or I guess after hours yesterday, it did have a high of almost $19, so it's going to be a very interesting day for RIVN, and as well through that, the whole EV sector. Moving on to stock number 4, FDAY. So they are up 8.83%, and based off of no actual news from the company itself. They did put out some news yesterday, but that was actually causing it to go down. So the RIVN news is definitely helping FDAY. Over this last 1 year though, it is down 99.53%. In 2024, down 61.74%. And just to give you a quick overview, right now 19.58% of the free float is being shorted, and that works out to be 85.28 million shares overall are being shorted. Utilization sitting at 95.3, and then short score, very similar to RIVN, 72.53. And I'm not going to be bringing this up on like every single one, but just kind of draw your attention to just look at the shares on loan to see how many shares are out there, and just looking at the dollar value on how much like shorts are kind of causing a lot of damage. I get FDAY is a low market cap company sitting at roughly, it looks like 117 million. So to some companies, this 22.6 million is small, but still something to kind of consider. And just to put that in perspective, RIVN right now has $1.58 billion worth of shorts. But aside from that, moving on to stock number 3, MULN Automotive. So it is down slightly, 5.77% over this last 1 year. It is down 98.33%, and in 2024, down 81.81%. Sitting in the third spot, 21.68% of the free float's being shorted. That works out to be $7.86 million worth. Utilization is 96.94. Short score 82.03. And as a grand total, I don't think I brought that up yet, but 3.02 million shares overall are being shorted. And through IBKR, it looks like 0 shares is available, and actually looks like NA right here. So I'll revert to the previous one. So 3,000 shares is available at a cost to borrow of 111.95. The market is closed. This is why none of that right here is showing. So cost to borrow average and minimum isn't really populating, but typically IBKR is kind of in the middle ground. So looking at 111.95, that is relatively high. And with 3,000, that means that MULN is a hard to borrow stock. So something to kind of consider. Moving on, Workhorse. So they are up slightly this morning. Over this last 1 year, down 89.13%, and in 2024, down 76.11%. Workhorse, though, 25.49% of the free float is being shorted. That works out to be 4.7 million shares overall are being shorted. Utilization 84.51%, short score 80.32. And then just to quickly pop over here, so IBKR is charging around 15.86 for the cost to borrow. So again, that's kind of the level ground, usually the average. So that's a good representation of that. And then right here, 45,000 shares is available to be shorted. So possibly, depending on what happens, this could be considered a hard to borrow stock as well, but still something to be aware of. Moving on to stock number 1. Once again, they're holding their spot. So if you did pick Lucid, you are right. It is at 5.2%, piggybacking off of the RIVN news. Over this last 1 year, down 54.95%, and in 2024, down 40.62%. And just to give you a quick overview, utilization 96.73, short score is extremely high. So even if you're kind of organizing based off of top 5, I think RIVN is number 6 based on the short score, so 95.3. 28.66% of the free float is being shorted, and that works out to be 253.83 million. Just to give you a good overview, shorts haven't actually been doing all that much with Lucid over this last little bit. They've been somewhat tame, if that kind of makes sense. But still, with possibly the RIVN news, we also do have GDP and PCE coming out in the next couple days that could revert in and have shorts return some shares. Through IBKR, it looks like around 23.39% is that cost to borrow, and around 85,000 shares is available to be shorted. So at 85,000, I don't really anticipate that being kind of a hard to borrow stock. If it does get to where it previously was, around like 10,000 or something like that, then yeah, definitely that could result in it being a hard to borrow stock, and usually brokers kind of charging an additional fee and stuff like that. And plus, in general, just kind of a limiting on shorts. But I don't know, let me know your thoughts on these top 5 stocks. Is this what you kind of predicted, or was there any other stocks that weren't on the list? NEO, regrettably, so they do, and shorts have actually been increasing on NEO quite significantly, and they've never been on this list. People always wonder where they are at. They were number, I believe, 6. Polestar actually has moved up quite a lot. And one thing, NKLA has always been on this list, but I'll give you guys a quick overview of what I mean by that. So they recently did a 1-for-30 reverse stock split, and sometimes that skews the Ortex data, such as this. It's showing 370% short interest of the free float. Technically, you have to take that and then divide it by 30 to factor that in, but regardless, it didn't make the top 5. So shorts kind of have returned some shares as a byproduct of the whole reverse stock split as well. So something to kind of consider. So let me know your thoughts. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up. One final thing, take advantage of this promo. Simply sign up for a new account, throw $100 at it, and you get 5 free stocks. Each stock is valued up to $2,000. Take a look at that. Link in the description below and also the comments. With all that said, appreciate all of you watching.